Yo, what is up? Today I'm gonna show you guys my model. It's just gonna be a not quick video, but I'm gonna show you guys what I look for in my strategy. So yeah, actually let me move my face cam real quick. Can I move it? Okay. Alright, bet. So I'm gonna show you guys what I look for and what I do. So I trade continuations, so I use imbalances to use them and continue. I just said something weird. Okay, so I trade continuations and I wait for a 15 or 5 minute gap to get filled and then take a trade off of that. All right, perfect. So when I open up the markets, I look for a high time frame PDA, right? So what is that? It's basically I need 4 hour daily. In this case it was monthly. We were trending to this monthly gap down here. Where the fuck is it? Okay, yeah, we were trending to this monthly gap and I kind of was just using that shit. So it's literally a magnet to liquidity, that monthly gap. So I just wanted to trade towards it, not against it. So yeah. So we find that high time frame PD array, which it could be a daily, monthly, 4 hour. I don't like to use the 1 hour. I'll say the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour. Yeah. And yeah, so those time frames, 4 hour. Let me actually write it down. Okay, so 1 hour, 4 hour. The monthly and the weekly. I forgot I put the weekly. But I don't really use the monthly or the weekly. That's just more if we're getting closer to a big ass liquidity pool or a big low. But yeah, that's only when I would really use it. So yeah, I usually use the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the daily. So yeah, let me take this away. So now, for this day, when we went to the 4 hour, we can see this candle was after 9:30. So I'm not gonna. I wish I kind of just take it out. But we had taken out this low during PM session, the day before, and we kind of rejected towards this 4 hour gap, right? And whoa, okay. What did I just do? Okay, I just accidentally went on CPS. All right, so we took out this low, and I wish this 4 hour got filled, but instead of filling that 4 hour, we filled this 1 hour. So yeah, instead of filling that 4 hour, we filled out that 1 hour, and we kind of chopped for a bit, and then we made our final push lower. So from seeing all of that already, I'm already super bearish on the day. I don't want to look for anything that's going to be longs. That's going to give me the least probability to win a trade. So now when I get all this information, right, how do I apply it? So now I want to look for a 15 or 5 minute gap, right? So after you find that and discover that, you want to look for 5 through 15 minute FVG. Oh, fair value gap. So if we scale to the 15 minute, we could see we have this gap right here. And what did I want? I wanted us to tap into this gap, right? And displace lower. But there's a kind of not a secret confluence, but something I've been utilizing. I don't really know who else has been utilizing it. But if we mark out this range right here, we can see that this gap, actually it wasn't this gap, but yeah, it's whatever. It was another 5 minute that happens after. But we can see that this gap isn't a premium, so it's kind of above equilibrium. So we just have a lot of reversals. So that gap just looked beautiful to me. We're also taking out this 15 minute high, this 15 minute intermediate high. So yeah, I really did like that 15 minute gap. So now let me take this out. So let's go to the 5 minute or no. So when market opens, what happens? We get a big straight down fucking candle. So we never tapped into that 15 minutes. right? But my ideal situation here was that we can tap into that 15-minute, engineer liquidity, right? And then we go push lower. But that didn't happen, right? The market isn't as predictable as you wish it was. So we make that move lower, and we make this 5-minute gap. Next candle. All right, we make that 5-minute gap, right? And now we created this new range, which I love. So this is called OTE gap, my favorite confluence, right? What is that shit? Okay, so I have these settings for my fib, and it's just OTE, optimal trade entry, but I like to pair it with a fair value gap. So 0, 0.5, 0.62. All right, you get the idea. So you put that from the swing high to the swing low if we're in a bearish context, and then if we're bullish, swing low to the swing high, but whatever. So we created this gap, and this gap is lying in OTE. So what do I want, right? I want to tap into this gap, fill that 0.62 range to the 0.79. 0.5 is equilibrium. This is already getting to OTE. So what do? We tap into OTE, right? And then we displace to this 1-minute gap. If we would have got that 1-minute inversion, that would have been pretty nice. I would have faded this though, and I would have faded this because we didn't have a stop hunt. So I wouldn't have liked that trade, first of all. So I would have probably faded that, even if we would have got that 1-minute IFEG, which we didn't. And then we ended up pushing higher, right? We filled 0.705, and we took out this high right here. We took out this internal high. I don't remember if we left SMTs with ES. No, we didn't. But we took out that internal high, and then as we're like pushing like that, we create this 2-minute gap, right? And we get the inversion. We get straight displacement, which kind of cooked my RR, but it was whatever. And now let me actually take this out. It's kind of messy. So we got that, and then I only do 1-to-1 trades. Like the highest I'll go is 1-to-3, but I mostly do 1-to-1, especially if like we have like this external low here just resting, and like we're about to take it out. Like this is like a major low. So like I'm kind of like I kind of like to just take my piece of the pie. I don't want to take the whole fucking move because that's unpredictable. Like you're more certain taking like a 1-to-1 trade than a 1-to-5 or a 1-to-1-9 or something like that. So yeah, that's essentially just banged. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. My strategy isn't too complicated. Why is this here though? I had, because I TP'd for a 1-to-1, no? Yeah, all right. So basically bottom take that, and then I don't even know what happened. I think we just consolidated the rest of the day. Yeah. Dick ass PA after that, but that's why you don't want to be in such a big move. Like let's say you are now in a fucking 1-to-3, especially like now you're just in this chop. Does it eventually even hit? I don't even think it did. Yeah, now you're just in this chop for no reason. You would have taken your piece of the pie and you would have been out. I actually want to see if this hit for a 1-to-3. If you would have never went break even, you would have been in this trade until, holy, let me go to the 5-minute, like holy shit. No, you would have banged, bro. You would have banged if you would have held it for a 1-to-3 and you didn't go break even. So yeah, that would have banged, bro. Good shit if you went for a 1-to-3. But yeah, I would never do that, especially if we have that external low. Now, if the external low is way lower and I'm targeting like below it, I might try to sneak in a little bit more R. But that's just if I'm feeling that confident in the setup and have that much conviction. So yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. Simple ass model, and anybody could trade it. So, and it works really good with prop firms. I utilized it, so it works super good. This is like PB Blake strategy kind of, but I put it like I kind of only do continuation. Like I don't like to do reversals. I feel like I don't have that much chance with reversals. So yeah, that's pretty much it.